For you and all the kids as well.
It's been very difficult, I can't lie. I'm not really, I mean, I supported him in.
Tyson Fury's wife, Paris Fury, was present for his highly anticipated clash against Oleksandr Usyk, and her emotions were on full display during the interview afterward. She passionately expressed her belief that her husband had been robbed in the fight. This marked a significant moment, as it was the first time in Tyson Fury's lengthy career that Paris had witnessed him lose a boxing match. Notably, she had been absent during his undisputed World Heavyweight Championship bout in May, making this loss all the more personal for her.
Consider not being here at all?
No, because for the first time in many years that I have ever missed a fight was last time, and the outcome was not good. So I vowed that night I'll never miss another one, as long as it's not out of my hands, which last time it was, so this time I'm here.
Unfamiliar with the feeling of defeat, Tyson Fury's wife, Paris, was visibly shaken by the loss. As her husband stormed out of the ring and made his way to the dressing room, she followed closely behind. However, she was briefly stopped to share her thoughts on the fight. Still reeling from the loss, Paris expressed her strong belief that her husband had been unfairly treated, adding to the emotional intensity of the moment.
I thought he was dead tonight. I thought he was going to get it, if I'm honest.
I swear to God, I thought I won it by at least 3 rounds. Bossed the fight in front foot all night.
Paris Fury firmly believed her husband had won the fight, echoing her sentiments from their previous clash in May. She suggested that the only reason Oleksandr Usyk might have been awarded the win was due to his status as a fighter from a war-torn nation. Paris pointed out the immense effort and focus Tyson had put into his preparation for the rematch, convinced he was determined to get his revenge on Usyk. However, she felt that her husband had been unfairly cheated. When asked about Tyson's potential retirement, Paris was uncertain, responding, "I really don't know his decision regarding that, but I know one thing for sure. Our love for this sport died a major death tonight."
Yeah, not much in the way in there. Just Tyson did his job and went off stage.
That's exactly what I expected him to do.
While it may be premature to say for certain, Paris Fury's comments suggest that we could have witnessed the possible end of Tyson Fury's career. 7 months after his first professional defeat at the hands of Oleksandr Usyk, Fury returned to the Kingdom Arena, eager for revenge. This time, there was no room for theatrics or distractions. The Gypsy King was all business from the opening bell. He kept his guard high and immediately looked to apply pressure, aiming to land powerful strikes right from the start.
Never hurt me once. I've got a couple of flesh wounds, they'll be gone in 2-3 days. But yeah, not a mark on me roll on, but listen, it is what it is. I know what's happened, and that's it. I'll go home.
Fury came out strong, maintaining a high work rate in the early rounds. But Usyk was as elusive and tactical as ever, finding ways to land precise counters on the bigger man.
That's it, there's not much I can say. Not much I can say or do, to be fair. I took it more serious, I was on that front foot more, and
As the fight reached the later rounds, both fighters had experienced moments of success. It became clear that the judges' decision would be crucial. After the final bell, all 3 judges scored the bout 116 to 112 in favor of Usyk, leaving a bewildered Fury to process the result. In the ring, Fury was seen discussing the decision with his promoter, Frank Warren.
No, I certainly didn't. I didn't see how one judge could only didn't give him a round from round 6 onwards, and the other 2 gave him 1 round each. I don't know what fight they were watching. A neutral was...
Fury's frustration was evident, as Warren questioned how Fury could have only won 4 rounds in the fight. How can Tyson only get 4 rounds in this fight? Warren asked. It's impossible. He got 4 rounds, all different rounds. We're all very disappointed, but I'm not suggesting there's any bias.
Oh, he was sitting there and he had Tyson winning like I did, and I think most of the people sitting where he was at.
What do you think the scorecard should have been in your opinion, Frank?
I thought Tyson won it.
By what, the same score but reverse?
Couple of rounds, at least.
But everyone along the front row, we all thought. The sense of disbelief was palpable, and both Fury and Warren struggled to reconcile the outcome, which had left them questioning the validity of the scorecards.
He had the better jab, doing what he had to do.
One last one, Frank, before you go in there. Does this set up a rematch with Dubois? Is that the next thing?
I don't know yet.
I'm really disappointed with that, Frank Warren said, his frustration evident after the fight. He revealed that one of the 3 judges had not scored a single round for Fury after the midway point, which left him astounded. It's crazy. I'm calm and collected, not screaming or shouting, but that's nonsense. Don't get me wrong, Both fighters put their heart and soul into it. I know what Tyson went through for this fight, and I know Usyk did the same. All we want is a level playing field and a fair crack all the way, and that scoring was not good at all. Fury, in his own way, echoed the sentiment, claiming he had won the fight by 3 rounds despite the clear margin of victory for Usyk. His belief in his own performance stood in stark contrast to the official results, further intensifying the frustration surrounding the decision.
Thoughts on AI judging fights in the future?
By the review of that, absolutely. Here's one. Call a computer.
Boxing fans across the globe were quick to criticize the judges after Tyson Fury's loss to Oleksandr Usyk in their highly anticipated rematch. Fury entered the fight determined to avenge his defeat from their first meeting back in May. But despite a closely contested bout, Usyk emerged with a unanimous decision victory. The result left Fury visibly disgusted, and the 36-year-old chose to exit the ring without offering his own assessment of the fight.
Keep the humans going. More jobs for humans, less jobs for computers. And electric cars too while we're at it.
Frank Warren, Fury's promoter, didn't hold back, voicing his disapproval of the judges' scorecards. On social media, boxing fans were equally vocal.
To the media, etc. Have you seen him like that during a fight week before?
No, I haven't seen him like this since the Deontay Wilder rematch. This was the last time I've seen Tyson in this mood. So I can't give you much inside scoop because we haven't spoke for.
With many feeling that Fury had been unlucky and that the decision was unjust. The reaction has sparked a larger debate over the consistency and fairness of judging in boxing, leaving many questioning the validity of the official result.
Some weeks, so.
I was going to ask you about that because obviously a big talking point this week, the fact that Tyson said that he hadn't spoke to you in 3 months. A lot of people questioning how is that possible that you two haven't communicated, but that is in fact true.
Yep, it is true. I think after.
Her emotions were on full display during the interview afterward. She passionately expressed her belief that her husband had been robbed in the fight. This marked a significant moment, as it was the first time in Tyson Fury's lengthy career that Paris had witnessed him lose a boxing match.
I'll wait for the fight Saturday night. I'm going to end him. End his career, this will be. You'll never hear of Oleksandr Usyk again after this.
You get this job done, they read you out as the winner.
Notably, she had been absent during his undisputed World Heavyweight Championship bout in May, making this loss all the more personal for her.
He's flying home for Christmas. Plenty of eggnog and mince pies and turkeys and all that.
I bet you can't wait for Christmas.
I can't wait.
Just get it.
Unfamiliar with the feeling of defeat, Tyson Fury's wife, Paris, was visibly shaken by the loss. As her husband stormed out of the ring and made his way to the dressing room, she followed closely behind. However, she was briefly stopped to share her thoughts on the fight. Still reeling from the loss, Paris expressed her strong belief that her husband had been unfairly treated, adding to the emotional intensity of the fight, echoing her sentiments from their previous clash in May. She suggested that the only reason Oleksandr Usyk might have been awarded the win was due to his status as a fighter from a war-torn nation. Paris pointed out the immense effort and focus Tyson had put into his preparation for the rematch, convinced he was determined to get his revenge on Usyk. However, she felt that her husband had been unfairly cheated. When asked about Tyson's potential retirement, Paris was uncertain, responding, "I really don't know his decision regarding that, but I know one thing for sure. Our love for this sport died a major death tonight.